You're going to laugh at this story because here I am, like, speaking to Dominic, and he's, like, so nice.
So nice.
So patient. Found out later he's a bit of a player. Especially in the UK.
All Dominics are, I'm telling you.
British girls go crazy for Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Everybody, welcome to another episode of Face Buddies. I'm your host, Lay. Today is a very special episode because we have Miss Micaela over here. She is an Air Force spouse. She's originally from the UK, but she also has roots in Portugal. And as you guys can see, she's very pregnant and expecting very soon. So let's dive in. Hi, Micaela. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing okay, given the situation. We're a few weeks away from giving birth,
Oh my
which
God.
I'm terrified about, by the way.
This is your firstborn, right?
Yeah, firstborn. I'm not good with pain, so I've had a lot of anxiety about, like, giving birth.
Everything.
But I really want a kid, so here we are.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm excited, scared, but yeah, I'm doing great.
Tell me everything about yourself, like where you're from.
Yeah.
And yeah, what basically led you over to the States in a sense?
Love lent me over to the States. Girl, the things you do for love. So I'm originally from Portugal. Both my parents were immigrants. They immigrated to the UK before I was born. My mum went and had me in Portugal, and I was raised by my grandparents until I was 5. Then they were like, okay, enough of that. We're moving you to the UK.
Yeah.
So technically I spent most of my life in the UK, hence the accent as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing too excited. I mean, daughter of immigrant parents, grew up in the UK, traveling a lot, back and forth to Portugal.
Yeah.
I went to college, majored in fashion marketing.
I know. Oh my God. When you told me, so we've met before.
Yeah.
And when you told me you lived in the UK and that you studied fashion, I was like, oh my God, this girl is like a character from a Disney movie. Like,
I wish I was a character from a Disney movie.
It's like, you studied fashion in the UK, and then you mentioned that you got a job at Chanel.
Not Chanel.
What is
it? Was Jimmy Choo was my first job. Yeah.
So you got a job at Jimmy Choo. That's crazy.
I know. I got like an entry-level job at the corporate office in London at Jimmy Choo. I worked there for about 3 years in like sales/customer service on the corporate side, managing like wholesale business for Jimmy Choo, which was a lot of fun, but they pay terrible.
Really?
So I was there for 3 years and I was kind of moving up.
Yeah.
And the thing is with fashion companies, if you guys have ever worked for a fashion company, there's so much demand for people to work at like a Chanel or Jimmy Choo. So they pay pretty bad.
Because of the branding, as in like, I mean,
it's great to have on your resume. But yeah, starting off, it's not great pay. Like in pounds, you guys will have a heart attack when I tell you, but in pounds, I started off at £19,000 a year, which sounds low, but obviously the pound is higher than the dollar.
Yeah. So it's
Cost
probably
of
like
living
22.
in the UK was like a lot better back then too. I know they've increased over time. This was like over 10 years ago. God, I feel old. But yeah, the pay was kind of shitty and I wasn't really progressing much. So then I looked for another opportunity and I got a job at Coach, which is an American brand.
Dude, you're literally the most interesting person I've ever.
I'm not that interesting, I promise.
No, you are. Well, to me, because I'm like, what do you mean you worked at freaking Jimmy Choo in the UK? What do you mean? You got a job at Coach Corporate. Like,
I know. Coach was a lot of fun. I will say probably my best years were at Coach in the fashion world. Obviously, I've worked retail, like working in stores like Mango and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in the corporate side of things, Coach was so much fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah, I was there for about 6 years. I started off as an analyst.
That's still pretty good.
Which I hated.
Oh.
Yeah. But I wanted to get in there because they paid so good compared to Jimmy Choo.
Yeah.
And also at the time, Coach was not that big in Europe. So they were kind of starting off and building their brand presence. So there was so much opportunity for growth. So I went over there, started as an analyst. I hated it because I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I'm okay at Excel and looking at reports, but do you really want to do that?
I personally like to dress up. If I was in the freaking fashion industry...
Yeah, we dressed up. That's one thing I do miss, because these days I just wear sweats all the time.
Well, yeah, you work from home.
I'm at home 24/7. People in Europe don't really wear sweats.
No.
Like, even at home.
No?
It's not a thing, no.
What? What do you wear?
Like, we can wear sweats, but it's, like, not as big as it is over here, like... When I first moved, like, I was like, I need to go to Lululemon. I need to go to, like, all these stores and buy, like, more sweats. Because I would be so overdressed everywhere I would go. Even to the grocery store. People would look at me and be like...
Why are you wearing a fur coat? You're just buying...
Well, I didn't wear... Not in the South.
Why are you wearing a fur coat at H-E-B?
Could you imagine? Who does she think she is, J-Lo?
A fur coat with heels, with like stilettos, just
yeah. But
strutting.
God, I got this image in my head now. But at Coach, I managed to change like departments, and I went into corporate sales. So I wasn't selling to like the direct consumer. I was selling to like big corporations. So I worked on the EMEA team, which basically was like the Middle East, India, Europe, Africa, that region.
That's so cool.
And I would like basically sell to these big corporations that would have Coach stores that look like they're owned by Coach, but they're owned by like a distributor.
Oh.
Yeah, and I got to travel to New York 4 times a year. I got to travel to Dubai. It was like the best.
That's so fun. How does someone like even get that kind of job?
Honestly, I say once you're in a company, and this is the biggest advice I give to people, is like, no matter where you start, make your name known. Like coming to the US, I've like now done much more junior jobs versus what my experience was. And if you get yourself out there and show interest, you can grow because you get to know other people from other departments. You like... They can become your mentor or, like, you know, guide you. If an opportunity comes up, you can apply for it.
Yeah.
That's how I went into the sales, because the manager of that department at the time, she just moved from Florida, and she's now one of my closest friends. She moved from Florida to the UK, and I just really looked up to her. She was, like, so hardworking, so smart. And I was like, I really want to work in sales. So I made it known to her. And then an opportunity came where her counterpart left. I was like, hey, I really want to apply for this role. I don't have experience, like, necessarily doing this, but I have all these other skills that I think would be beneficial, and I'm willing to work hard. And they gave me a chance. And, you know, I was there until I left the UK. It was amazing.
Wow. And so how... You're here, right? So you left the UK. So how did you and your spouse meet? Like, tell me that story.
We matched on Tinder.
Old reliable? Me too.
I think the first 1 or 2 years we told, like, our family, like, we met just, like, we went on a date. We didn't match on Tinder. But yeah, we matched on Tinder. He was stationed in the UK at the time at Mildenhall Air Force Base.
Wow.
So we matched like November of 2017. And I was so busy with my career because I just started this new job in sales.
You're a fashion icon.
I wish.
Strutting over the UK career woman.
Yeah, I was so busy, and like I didn't get a chance to like meet him in person. We were just chatting for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then December I went to the States to spend Christmas. Long story short, I was chatting with Dominic. My husband's name is Dominic. Your husband's name is
Dominic too. I know. Okay, so just a little side note. Whenever you texted me like that you were interested in coming onto the podcast, I I didn't like, I just woken up. I had just woken up and I was checking my social media and I didn't see your name. I saw the message and I was like, towards the end, she was like, oh my God, you said something. Oh yeah, Dom laughs at me all the time. And I looked at my husband and I was like, who the fuck is this girl? And then I clicked on your profile. I was like, oh.
So sorry. I should have been like, this is Micaela, the other Dominic's wife.
I clicked on your profile. That literally 5 seconds later, I clicked on your profile. I was like, oh, this is Micaela. Bruh.
I know.
And he started laughing. He started dying laughing. He's like, what the heck?
So crazy. Yeah, I was chatting with Dominic for like 2 months and we weren't dating. We're just chatting. You know, you match on Tinder, you're just chatting. I was kind of like hung up on my ex.
Always.
I know.
It always happens.
And he had invited me to come to the States. He was also in the military.
Girl.
And he was stationed at Vandenberg. And he had invited me to come and spend like Christmas and New Year's. We were going to go to Mexico.
Your ex-boyfriend?
Ex-boyfriend. But we weren't dating because he had cheated on me. But I was still hung up on him. I was young and stupid.
Girl, we've all been there. Trust. We've all been there.
So I was like to my family, because I'm like, I want to travel. I want to do all the fun stuff, you know, you only live once mentality. Right. Like, I'm going to go and spend Christmas with this person.
Yeah.
And my mum's like, you've lost your mind. You're not even dating him anymore. He cheated on you. I'm like, yeah, we're just friends with benefits.
Yeah, we're just friends. Even though he cheated on me, it's fine. Just because he cheated on me and he gave me a black eye. No.
Did not give me a black eye. He did treat me well when he was with me physically. But you're going to laugh at this story because here I am, like, speaking to Dominic. And he's, like, so nice.
So nice.
So patient. I found out later he's a bit of a player. Especially in the UK.
All Dominics are, I'm telling you.
British girls go crazy for Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing over there?
I think so.
You know what's crazy? My friend, she's from Japan. Yeah, no, I'm probably going to have her, like, on later episodes.
Yeah, you should.
When she, like, because she just came with her wife. But she was basically telling me the same thing, that Japanese girls go crazy over Americans over there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck?
In the UK, it's like they'll do anything. Like, I've had stories from Dom that I'm not going to mention here, but I'm like, a girl would do that? That's like... But anyways, not to get into that detail. Yeah. About a week before I'm supposed to go to California, and mind you, this was a 3-week trip. I was going to work remotely for like a week. Like, it's 20 days or something like that. My ex calls me and he's like, hey, I don't think you should come.
You know why?
I'm like, do you know how expensive tickets are to fly, like, international? And he's like, I will give you money for the flight. Like, don't come. And I'm like, what are you on about?
Yeah.
I'm going to come. And he's like, well, I won't be picking you up from LAX. And I'm like,
wait, why?
Yeah, wait for it. Okay, so I'm an idiot. And I'm like, I'm going to go, but what if he doesn't pick me up from LAX? Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm there for 20 days. Like, a hotel in LA isn't exactly cheap.
Right. And you had already, like, paid for your flights and everything.
Already paid for my flights. We were supposed to go to Mexico for New Year's with his best friend and his girlfriend at the time, which I'm friends with. Her name is Gigi. So I messaged Gigi.
Shut up. Wait. So you were literally going to go see your ex and his girlfriend?
No. Ex, best friend... Best friend's girlfriend.
Oh my God. No. I was like, what?
What? No. God, no. I'm not that crazy.
You were going to see his girlfriend?
Not that crazy, I promise.
Oh my God.
No.
Okay.
Basically, we were supposed to double date with his best friend and his best friend's girlfriend, Gigi. Okay. Who is still one of my good friends. Okay. So he's like telling me don't come. And I'm like, oh, he's just being dramatic. Whatnot. And I message Gigi and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, he just told me not to come. And she was like, yeah, he's been hanging out with this girl that speaks Spanish.
That speaks Spanish.
And he wants to go to Mexico with her for New Year's instead. And I'm like, first of all, I speak Portuguese and Spanish.
Exactly.
And then second of all, excuse me? He invited me over. I have tickets. And I was just like, what?
That's crazy.
And I was just so naive and stupid that I was like, I'm going to go. At the time, I had a friend that used to work at Jimmy Choo corporate in New York.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
and
actually super dope.
I think the stars align. I believe everything happens for a reason. I was so heartbroken. This guy that I'm still hung up on, talking to Dom, but like still hung up on this other guy, is telling me not to come like halfway across the world. I'm like, pissed.
We've literally all been there.
So dramatic. And then my friend from New York that now moved to LA, lived in Long Beach, came to visit in London. I told her the situation. I'm like, can you believe this? Like, I don't know what to do. Should I get on the plane next week? Like, he told me he won't pick me up at LAX. And she's like, she was dating like an Australian at the time. And she was just like, girl, I'm going to leave my key to my apartment. If he doesn't pick you up, just go and stay in my apartment for those 20 days. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. So you have the apartment to yourself for 2 weeks. And then I'll be back for the last week you're here. But, like, you will not be without somewhere to stay.
Wow.
And I was just like, I'm not that close with her, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you would do that for me? And she's like, yeah, this guy seems like a douchebag. Like, if he doesn't turn up, like, you have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And
wow, she's so nice.
She was so nice. She saved my life.
What the frick?
I got on that flight.
She saved, like, your life?
Yeah, I got on that flight, got to LAX. He did not show up. And he knew I was coming. Douchebag is that. Yeah.
He literally just left you stranded in the airport.
He left me stranded in the airport.
He ghosted you, basically? Like, no he didn't pick up your calls, didn't answer your texts, nothing. What a douchebag.
So then I was like, fuck. And I was like, I had messaged this girl, and I was like, she was getting on a plane to Australia as I was arriving.
Yeah.
She was like, don't worry, I left my key out. You're good. Just go to my apartment. Here's the address. She lived in Long Beach at the time, so I got in an Uber to find this apartment. Could not find the apartment. Was having a breakdown at the back of this Uber. Had this really nice Mexican man that was like, we will not give up. We will find... Because it was like 1 a.m. in LA. He's like, we will not give up. And I was like, just take me to a hotel. It was like a new build and we couldn't find the apartment anywhere.
I know. Navigating through New York is literally like navigating through a maze. Like...
No, it was in Cali.
Oh!
It was like a new build area. You know when there's new builds, like Google cannot find anything?
That's true. I don't know why I was thinking New York. New
York would have been better because it's closer to home. But
that's true.
So I couldn't find this apartment. Finally found the apartment, and I literally walked through the door, burst into tears, and my friend had left out a whole bottle of red wine and a note saying, I know you'll need this as soon as you get in. And left me a Christmas gift because the next day was Christmas Eve.
What the freak? He literally left you during the holidays.
Yeah, he calls me. He's like, I can come down to LA to see you if you like.
Oh, no, fuck you. Just, no. Fuck off.
Wait for it. I let him come down because I'm an idiot. Wait for it.
No, wait.
Christmas Day, he wakes up. He's like, I'm leaving. And I'm like, it's Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day. I'm like Catholic. Yeah. So Christmas is one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah.
And he left me on Christmas Day. And I was like, I'm like the biggest, stupidest person ever. First of all, I shouldn't have let him come down here. He spent like Christmas Eve with me and then wakes up on Christmas Day. Like I'm leaving and left. And I literally was a mess. I called my mum and she was like, I will book you a flight home. And I was like, no, I need to learn. I need to go through this and learn because I cannot let a man treat me like that.
Right. Absolutely not.
So I cried for like 3 days and then I'm like, enough of this shit. Activated my Tinder in LA.
Yup.
Went on a few dates. Good dates. Still talking to Dominic. And I was like, this guy's really nice. I should give him a chance. I went into that phase where my good friends ended up going to Vegas for New Year's. So I drove to Vegas, spent New Year's with them. Had so much. I ended up being a great trip. And I swear it was exactly what I needed to realize my self-worth. And I left California and I was like, I'm done with men. Like, in terms of, like, I'm not, like, giving in to things.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
You need to treat me well.
Like, you're not settling. You're not settling for the bare minimum. I have high standards, and whoever can meet them, great. If you can't meet them, then goodbye.
Exactly.
You know?
So then I was still chatting with Dominic, and he was just so respectful and nice. And I was like, this guy's in the UK. He's a player. I mean...
Is he really?
He used
to. Yeah.
I mean, he was younger than me. I mean,
that's true.
I was what? just about turned 27. He was just about turned 25.
Oh,
so he was living his like early days, which is totally fine. You need to go through that.
Yeah.
And I was like, surely, like,
yeah.
he's like gonna be a player. But I didn't set expectations because at the time I would be like, I really like someone. It's gonna be a serious relationship. I was that sort of person.
Yeah, you were 27, so obviously you were getting through that.
I wasn't trying to have fun.
Exactly.
But after going through what I did, I was like, maybe I should have fun and just let things happen and not come with an expectation that I meet somebody and they could be the one.
Mm-hmm.
So I was chatting with him for the month of January, and I was like, I travelled, I think, I was going to Dubai for work, and I was going to New York for work in January. And I was like, if I don't meet up with this guy, like, he's going to be like, I'm going to talk to somebody else. Because he'd been talking to me, he's been so patient. So, like, 2 days before my birthday, because my birthday's January 30th, I was like, I messaged him, and I was so forward. And because he lived a little further away from me, he lived like an hour and 15 minutes away from me. And I worked every day. And to like go to his house and come back, it was just a lot because traffic in London is insane. So I was like very forward. And I was like, hey, I know if I don't do this, we're not going to meet up because I go to Dubai next week. Then I've got this work commitment.
He's probably thinking, dang, this girl goes everywhere.
Yeah.
This girl.
And I was like, I'm going to come over and meet you tomorrow, and I'm going to stay over, but don't expect anything. He must have thought I was crazy.
Or he probably was like, you know what? This girl knows exactly what she wants. Who knows?
So I literally, that day, I finished work, London, like got in my car, drove to his, and I texted him because I also want to make sure this is like no like crazy person. I was like, can you come to my car and like help me with my stuff? Just make sure he was legit.
Yeah.
And I also shared my location with all my friends. Like, I don't reply, you know?
Yeah.
Call the police.
Exactly. Can you come to my car? It's a red Toyota. Meanwhile, you're driving like a blue Camry.
I was in like a little blue Fiat 500. He probably thought I was like, what the heck?
And then you see him out like looking for a Toyota and you're like, okay, he's real. Sorry. I don't know what came over me. I was thinking about my dad's car.
But he comes out in Crocs.
Crocs? What did Crocs? Wait, did he have socks or was it like grippers?
No, he had socks.
Okay. Imagine if he didn't have socks and his like bare feet.
I would drive off. Anyways, he was so cute. And he came out and I was like, hey, this guy matches his profile picture. He's real. And he like helped me with my stuff. And then we went in the house and he was having a beer and he offered me mango juice.
Mango juice?
Did not offer me a beer, but I went with it. And he was really shy. I don't know, you've met Dominic. He's very like the opposite of me, very introverted. He's really shy and I'm very like forward and like trying to make conversation and whatnot.
He's only shy like around other people. When he's around my husband,
yeah, at work he's a different breed.
Yeah, when he's around the stories I hear from my husband.
Oh God, I'm sorry. It's okay. I wonder what
my husband's the same.
Furious.
No, my husband's literally the same. Like they feed off each other, and I'm like, gross. Like this morning, I was like, "Is your boyfriend coming today?" And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to text him. So, like, he feeds it to him.
I did say it to him. Do you want to come? And he was like, I got to get an oil change. And I'm like, I feel like he can't be his true self with us around.
No. Literally, the freaking, my husband, Dominic, he was like, he's not coming. It's okay. I can talk to him over the mic. Oh, my God.
Like, every day is like, talking to someone, I'm like, who are you talking to? And he's like, damn.
Always. Same. I was like, what the frick are you talking to? Oh, I'm talking to Young. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, Dominic. He's either talking to your husband or he's talking to one of his other friends who moved to San Diego, or he's talking to his other friend who we've known for like freaking 7 years, and he's in I think he's about to go to DC. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, girl.
I heard Andrews is a tough base.
Where?
Andrews?
DC?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know, girl. Is it really?
That's what I heard. Like, just like, I mean, naturally it's close to the White House, so I would think it's, like, strict.
Yeah, girl. But okay, sorry, kind of off track there.
Sorry.
So he offered you mango juice.
I drank some good mango juice. Apparently it was his favorite. He doesn't offer out to anyone apart from the other girls. They always got wine, but hey, I got mango juice.
Well, actually, you're kind of special because he wanted to be sober.
He was drinking beer.
Oh.
But yeah, I was completely sober. And it got time, we like chatting, we're having really good conversation. He was so respectful. It got time to go to bed, and I had told him, like, I'm not a one night stand kind of girl. Like, don't get ideas. But he was so cute. And I was in my new era of, like, I'm independent. If I sleep with him and nothing happens, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, move on. I love myself sort of thing. And I went to go to bed, and he was like, so I prepared the bed for you. I'm going to sleep on the couch. He was so nice. And I'm like, I'm not used to this. I know. And then I was like, no, you're not.
Like, why are you sleeping? Cause get your
I know. So he did end up sleep with me, and then in the morning I woke up and I was like, my mentality was like, I probably won't see him again. He probably won't want to see me again or whatnot. You know,
you were
he's a young guy.
You were so traumatized.
I was so traumatized.
You were so traumatized.
I was like, no expectations whatsoever. And then he turns around to me, and he's gonna kill me for saying this. And he was like, I don't want to be weird. Can I see you again? And I was like,
weird.
I was like, did he just say that?
What do you mean I don't want to be weird?
I know. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, he never sees girls again. I don't know.
He never sees
I was just like there for a minute trying to process, and I was like, did this guy just ask to see me again?
Yeah.
And I was just like, and I turned around to him and I was like, sure, but I'm going to Dubai next week.
Do you want to go to No.
But anyways, I left, and I was like, he was just so nice. We had really fluid conversations.
Yeah.
He was just such a sweetheart, and I really connected with him, but no expectations.
Right.
And then I left, and at the time, my mum worked at a golf club, and she would have these big parties because she would like organize them, and I would come out and help her just because my mum like is getting old, and I would just help her.
Yeah.
And it was a Saturday night. She had one of these big function parties, and I was helping her. We finished at 2 a.m. and I was like, so I go to Dubai on Monday, and I was like, I'm gonna drive to like near Cambridge to see this guy. My mum's like, do you not learn anything? And I was like, I'm gonna be in Dubai for a week. If I don't go see him, like, I'm not gonna see him.
Yeah.
Like, so I had already told Dom, I was like, I'll probably get to your house at like 4 a.m. But he was working the night shift.
Okay.
So it was perfect.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I'll be home by that time.
Yeah. He was like, I go to bed at like 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And he was like, I'll leave the door unlocked. And at the time he had Athena, our dog. She was 1 year old, and she was a Mal. And at the time I was like a little scared. I was like, can you make sure she's in the kennel? I'm scared of just walking in your house and getting bit by this dog. And then, yeah, I went to see him again, and he bought me my own towel.
Oh, what the freak?
I had told him on the first night.
That's like the bare minimum.
I know. He had bought me like my favorite American snacks. Like, he remembered our conversation.
Wait, no, that's really thoughtful.
I know. And I was just like, God, what are you doing? Because I just came out of the situation. You're trying to like make me like fall for this guy, and I don't want to fall for this guy.
Yeah. Your ex was American?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we kind of went from there.
Wow.
We had a really good day. Then I went to Dubai, came back to see him, and we were like seeing each other quite often. I would stay at his house and commute into London. And like about a month and a half in,
He proposed?
he told me he loved me, and I was like,
I'm over here escalating.
no.
I'm over here escalating it. I'm like, he proposed?
No, he told me he loved me, and I told him I loved him. And then he found out he's going to Japan.
Oh my God.
Literally, we were almost broke up because I was like, I'm not doing long distance again.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna work. Like, it's hard. And he was like, let's try. Like, please, let's try. So
he loved you so much.
He left in April. We like cried at the airport. It was so sad. I went to see him in June.
You didn't want to go with him?
Well, I wasn't just about to give up my career and everything.
True.
I just met this guy and I'd just been through this traumatic experience.
Right.
Also, he'd never had a serious girlfriend. So I feel like we didn't want to rush into things.
Right.
So we did long distance when he was in Japan. I went to Japan like twice a year. He would come to the UK. So we made it work, and 2020 happened. It all went to shit.
Right.
He moved to the States and it was just such a nightmare. But he proposed and here I am now. Gave up it all. Sorry, that was a really long version of how I got here.
No. So he went to Japan. How long was he in Japan? And how did you guys like make it work long distance? Because at this point you were just a girlfriend, right?
Yeah, we just got.
Yeah, just a girlfriend. How long was he in Japan? And then did you go see him? Like, how did you guys make it work in a sense?
Yeah, 100%. So he was in Japan from April 2018 to August 2020. So 2 years and a bit.
Okay.
It was a short assignment, thankfully. I went to see him. It was majority of me traveling to go see him, mainly because, as you know, in the military, you can't just up and go when you want.
Exactly.
And my job was like, you can work remotely. You know, they were really nice about it. So I went to see him like both Christmases and stay for a long period of time. I would go see him in the spring or like summer.
That's so nice.
He would come out as well, like once a year to see me. So we saw each other like 3-4 times a year. I spent all my money going and seeing that man because going to Japan is not cheap.
Nope.
And we FaceTime like
every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
So I'm big on communication, and not gonna lie, I was a little insecure.
Of course.
Because I'm like, is he gonna cheat on me based on my previous experience? But honestly, he was just the best. He was so respectful.
No, that's so okay. Like, that's so rare to find, especially, you know, long distance and everything along those lines, because I've heard these horror stories of, you know, people being like girlfriends and then spouses specifically, that their spouses are overseas, deployed, wherever the case may be. They're not necessarily the best individuals, or vice versa. The spouse isn't necessarily the best individual.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Exactly. And then they cheat on each other, and then it just becomes a little, like a whole clusterfuck. So it's kind of like super rare to hear that he was amazing, you were amazing. It was such a healthy relationship from the beginning. And that's so nice.
It was amazing. I mean, I will say, like, I wasn't perfect. I was very insecure.
Of
Probably
course.
the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Probably the whole time he was in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, he would go on a night out, and he always FaceTime me when he got home or whatnot. But I was so paranoid, like, thinking it was going to happen to me again. But honestly, he was the best. And I would just say to other military spouses or girlfriends, like, you know, I know there's a big culture of, like, cheating or the perception of cheating in the military, but there are good guys out there.
Yeah.
So
there are.
If you are in a relationship, like, don't automatically think.
Yeah.
Because that can also create the cheating. Because we almost
create
broke
the
up
problem
at one point because I was so insecure. Thankfully, we're still here.
Thankfully? He was patient, understanding.
He was very patient. But yeah, it all worked out, and I love him so much, and I can't imagine. And I tell him all the time, I gave up my very good career to be with you, so you better be
Are you
grateful.
kidding me? You literally gave up a whole, like, working woman career to be with this man. But to be honest, I think that, you know, everything happens for a reason.
I agree.
Everything happens for a reason. Everything, like, you are where you're supposed to be in life, right? I think that's, like, a really positive way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Like, example, like, bad things happen all the time, but sometimes I think those bad things need to happen in order for good things to flourish out of them.
100%.
Or new experiences and lessons from those bad experiences. I was basically venting. My dad, he's my best friend.
I love that.
He's one of my best friends. And so he gives me advice all of the time. So I was just venting that I wasn't necessarily, like, having a good time all around. Like, I was going through, like, a very, like, depressive episode. I think we all have those times to where we're just not really feeling comfortable with ourselves, our bodies, our mental state is really not there. You feel like you're not accomplishing a lot. And so in turn, all of those things together, you become, like, very sad, right? Not necessarily ungrateful over the life that you have, but more of so just just thinking and overthinking about all the things that you could have done, right?
Yeah.
And so I was just venting about that to him, and he tells me very comfortably, he's like, well, life isn't necessarily supposed to be happy, right? You have to find, there's moments of happiness, right? He said it in Spanish, but he basically said that life isn't supposed to be all sunshines and rainbows. He said that life, you're supposed to find those happy moments and just like, I don't know, like fester. No, I don't know how to say it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. It's kind of like you have to go through something to appreciate things a little bit more.
Yeah, so
Like,
yeah,
if you're happy all the time, nothing's gonna 100% please you because
that's exactly
what
line. Exactly.
And when you go through hard times and overcome them, you just become a better human.
Yeah.
In terms of your experience, you learn from it, and you start to appreciate the small things.
Exactly. So that's basically.
I think that's what you mean.
Yeah, so he basically said that life isn't supposed to be all sunshines and rainbows, and that bad things are supposed to happen in order for you to flourish out of them. And when happy moments do happen, you just reminisce and revolve your life around that happy moment. That, like, those moments basically like keep you going in a sense. But yeah, you're supposed to find your own version of happiness in a sense.
Yeah, and you can't rely on someone else to bring you happiness.
Exactly.
That's something I learned.
Yeah, me too.
You have to be happy within yourself.
Me too.
You can't have a successful relationship if you rely on the other person to make you happy, if you're not happy with yourself.
Exactly. You know, it's funny.
I think a lot of people go through that.
It's funny that you mentioned that whenever, I mean, it's not funny, but it's interesting that you mentioned that you felt insecure when he was in Japan, because I 1000% relate to that. And I'm sure that a lot of our spouses and girlfriends and fiancés out there relate. It's a natural thing to like feel insecure when your spouse is like across the globe. You know what I mean?
Especially when there's all this negativity
around military men in general.
Men and women and their spouses. Like, I know situations that Dominic's told me people have been deployed and their spouse have cheated on them. Like, it goes both ways.
Exactly.
And I think that just plays into your mind and you start overthinking, and that's where the insecurity comes from. You imagine scenarios in your head that aren't there.
Girl, I remember when Dominic was deployed, because he was deployed for 11 months. And like before, like we had just gotten married like 6 months prior. So, and 6 months before then, like it was the first time that we saw each other after he came back from Bahrain. So technically we were together for just a year and then married for 6, and then he got deployed for 11 months. So in my head, like I didn't have that time to feel comfortable, to feel secure, to basically just build that foundation of, I guess it's not trust, because I trusted him. It was more of so just like the comfortability of like knowing. I don't know how to explain it. I know a lot of people can relate to me, but like,
I mean, that's kind of like what I went through with him moving to Japan. We weren't like newly a couple.
Right.
I didn't know him like 100%. Like,
not knowing somebody 100%. Exactly.
Having those feelings like this could happen. He might go overseas and realize like he doesn't want to be with me.
There's so many
not necessarily cheating. It's even the realizing over time, I actually don't want this for my life. Right. It's not always diverted towards the cheating, but what if they're like, I don't think I love this person. I think I made a mistake. Yeah. So yeah, I can imagine. I would be a mess.
Dude, I mean, yeah. Like, it was, he was deployed for 11 months, and he was deployed in Kuwait. And so I was so insecure. I was crazy. Like you mentioned before, like we almost broke up. We were married at that point. We almost like
got divorced. Don't worry, I've been there. I'm like, should we get divorced every time we have a fight? He's like, you're so dramatic.
No, seriously. No, but I was so insecure. I was so crazy. It was to the point where, like, I couldn't stand myself. Like, I couldn't stand like, I knew that I was being crazy and dramatic, and I just couldn't stop it. Yeah. There was this, like, I don't know. There was just this monster. I don't know what it is. Like,
it's like a way of like you're trying to protect yourself.
Exactly.
I don't know how to explain it, but I know exactly what you mean.
Right.
I've been there.
Right. It's like this little angel and this little devil. The devil is like going crazy, and then the angel's like, "Girl, you're doing too much.
Yeah,
like, relax.
You need to chill out.
Like, relax." But then you side with the little devil, and you're like, "You know what? No, F you." You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, he really wasn't. He was just so patient, so kind, so understanding. And it was just me. It was my problem. And it's something that I had to work on for years. Like, I had to work on for years because prior to being with Dominic, like, I had a really traumatic experience with an ex just like you. And so I feel like that experience translated into my new relationship, which wasn't fair for him, like, at all.
Yeah, I think that's the same case with me. Like, sometimes we take our past traumas and we project it onto our partners, and it's not fair on them.
It's not fair. But
if they stick around, you know, they really love you.
I'm telling you, no, this man, God sent. Because to this day, I'm like a whole different person. I'm 180. Like, because before I was crazy, like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs crazy. But now I'm just so chill. I still get a little bit ready. I'm Latina. I get fiery. But
I love that.
I get fiery.
You gotta get a little fiery.
Exactly. He loves it. No, he loves it. It's been 7 years. He loves me.
I love it. I can get crazy too. I've tamed down a lot.
Yeah.
I've learned to, like, with therapy, like, if something's frustrating me, not to just blab it out, like, take a walk and come back and reflect and then talk it out, because before I'd just be like, we're getting a divorce, and he's like, I'm not doing the dishes.
That's so freaking funny. Oh my god,
I'm tired of this shit.
I'm fucking tired.
I gave up my career for this.
I'm not doing the dishes. I
would say the first year I moved to the States, every time we got into a fight, this was so unfair on him, but I would be like, I gave up my career for this. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I learned with therapy, like, you shouldn't do that. It was a choice I made, and I do not regret that choice.
Yeah.
But that first year, I would throw that into an argument, and he would be like, what am I supposed to say to this? Like,
yeah. No, it's like, it's so crazy because have you ever had that feeling of, like, you're doing something, like, out of emotion, right? Like, you're lashing out. You know that you're doing it in the moment, but, like, you know that it's not, like, you know that you're not supposed to be doing it, but you do it anyway. But you're like, dang, like, I shouldn't have done that. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that, I guess it's like that other personality that's basically saying, like, okay, girl, like, you're just going crazy right now. Like, it's not his fault. Like, you're just going crazy, but your mouth is basically saying the opposite.
It's very dangerous.
I'm telling you, and I think therapy helps a lot.
100%.
I recommend, like, if you're a new spouse and you don't necessarily know how to navigate, like, them being gone, them having long hours, them really just not being there for you, and you don't have any kids, or even if you do have kids, I suggest, like, going to therapy, not because you need it, but make you, like, help you navigate. You know what I'm saying?
I will say, like, I've been in therapy now since the second year I've been in the US. And with TRICARE, I mean, you call up TRICARE, and as long as you find a therapist that accepts TRICARE, you don't pay out of pocket.
No.
And it's the best thing for you. Like, I meet with my therapist every 2 weeks. And sometimes we just have a chat, and it's just like, just speaking with someone that does not know you. And
unbiased.
Does not judge you and is unbiased. It's like the best thing.
Girl, I had to fire my therapist.
Also, it takes time to find a good therapist.
It takes so much time.
So do your research.
Literally, do your research on specific, like, therapists that help people with specific needs. Like, for me, I have ADHD, right? I have ADHD, and then I'm a milspouse, and then like, just the things that you need personally, right? The therapist that I had to fire her because I was venting. I was venting to her about how, this was like years ago. about how one of the things that we had issues in the past was that he just didn't know how to turn off like his work life when he came home, right? And that's still
one of the issues I deal with.
Yeah, literally, and still to this day. I mean, he's gotten a lot better. But before, like 3 years ago, it was really, really bad. And so, like, we would have constant arguments about it because he would always be, he would go to work for 12 hours, come back, and still continue to work. And then I would be like, okay, where's my time? Like, where's my time? I need...
Exactly my life.
Yeah, I need time for me. Like, why aren't you... And I know it's not, and I knew that it wasn't because he didn't want to spend time with me, is that he had so much to do during his daily work life that he just wanted to make his life a lot easier the following day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was getting the blunt end of the stick, basically. And I was venting this to my therapist, and I was like, well, he's not really like... One of my love languages is quality time. He's not really like trying to make that time for me. And for me, we would have breakfast every day. That was like...
So nice. Yeah, I wish I could have that.
Yeah, me too. We don't have it now. He wakes up at like
4
yeah, he wakes up at 3 in the morning. I'm not
Like,
gonna freaking make breakfast at 2 a.m., girl. Hell, I like my sleep. And so, no, we would have, like, when he had a regular schedule, he didn't go to work at like freaking 6 a.m. I would make breakfast every day. And that was like my form of quality time, basically, right? In the mornings. But after that, like throughout the day or at night, like he would come home, and then he would get ready to do his other hobbies, like work out or like freaking go to jujitsu. And then he would come home at 8, and then he would freaking just go to bed.
And I'm like, exactly what I'm dealing with right now.
Like, and I was like, what the freak? Like, where's my time? And so I told her about the breakfast, and I was like, that's not enough time. And she was like, well, it looks like he's making time for you. I don't understand. Like, what's the issue? And I was like, okay. I was like, the pause. I was like, okay. And then I canceled all of my appointments after that and never talked to her ever again. How has it been, like, leaving everything behind? Because obviously you're from a different part of the world. Leaving your career, your life that you had there, along with your family. How has your life been? Like, how have you been adjusting and stuff like that?
So when I moved to the States, Dom was located in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
I had the biggest culture shock. I had visited him in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Twice before I moved. And I thought, like,
okay, it's not too bad.
We can make this work.
Mm-hmm.
But once you move from London to Shreveport, Louisiana, it was like, I cannot express. I wasn't allowed... I've always worked since I was 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And how I moved to the States, the route I took is we did the K1 visa. So have you ever seen 90 Day Fiancé?
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically you get approved for a K1 visa.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the States and you have 90 days to get married.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest mistake. Foreign spouses, if you are thinking about going that route, get married and then apply for the spousal visa.
Really? Why?
Way easier. Because I got to the States and we got married within 90 days.
Right.
We did a legal wedding in Louisiana and then we had like our big wedding in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And it took about like 8 months for me to get my first provisional green card and work authorization. So you're not allowed to work within that time until you get approved.
Mm-hmm.
And then after those 2 years expire, you apply for like another green card, which is your permanent green card. And we applied last year in September. We're still waiting. And luckily the US government, they do send you a letter that says we're extending your expired green card, but with how things are right now, I'm nervous to leave the country with this letter. And it's just such a process. And I know people that, like, from the UK or other people that I've met through social media that did get married, moved to the States, and then applied for a spousal visa and got approved so much quicker. The K1 route is a lot longer, and also it took at the time we were recovering from COVID. I don't know what it is like now, but we got engaged in 2020, applied in 2020, and I didn't get my K1 visa until the end of 2021.
That's crazy. And you're still waiting. It's been like 5-6 years.
Well, I'm waiting for my permanent green card now, but it's really pricey. Spend a couple $1,000. So my biggest advice, any foreign military spouses, if you're thinking of moving, just get married first. Get your spouse to come over to you. Get married and then move to the States.
That's really good
it's
advice.
A lot easier for milsos, I think, as well.
That's really good advice.
Yeah, but yeah, I moved in March 2022, and luckily, as soon as I got to the US, I got married immediately to get the process going, legally, and then I didn't work for 7 months.
How was that?
This is where all the fights came in, where I gave up because I would go crazy at home. Yeah. Because one, I couldn't drive until I got my EAD or green card to apply for a US permit or US driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
I would still drive.
Yeah.
I had a valid UK license, okay? It said per law you can drive a set amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would drive Dominic's car, but I wasn't earning money. So I couldn't do things per se. We had savings, but we used it mostly on the wedding.
Right.
I didn't have friends. It was just a complete culture shock because in London, if you ever visit, there's so much to do. I feel like one of the biggest culture shocks for me coming to the US is the level of consumerism. And what I mean by that is people over here, and I've become part of the problem because it's not a lot of money, but I feel like you buy a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's how you get happy.
Yeah.
So you have to decorate for every holiday. You have to go to TJ Maxx and Home Goods every other day.
Yeah.
Target is a whole phenomenon. It's a whole thing.
Target is like church. You have to go.
Whereas in Europe, it's more about experiences. You don't buy as much stuff.
No?
And being over here and being lonely when my husband was at work, I would find joy in just buying stuff. Which is not the best financial decision when you're not
therapy.
Working.
Just retail therapy.
But I've noticed that's a big thing over here that's not over there. And something I'm trying to do less of.
Yeah.
If you watch my TikToks, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Still buying a lot of stuff. But that's what I would find joy in. It's Dominic would get home from work and I'll be like, I gotta go grocery shopping. It's the highlight of my week because I've been sat at home you can only clean so much. And
you can only hang out so much by yourself.
And I would just be looking what kind of jobs can I do in Shreveport? There's no fashion jobs in Shreveport.
No, girl.
So I was what? I can't apply for jobs because I'm not legally allowed to work yet. I had a hard time relating to a lot of
other military spouses.
At the time, Dominic had his colleagues and, they had military spouses. I didn't connect as much.
Yeah, because you didn't relate.
And the biggest thing was the whole religion thing. So I am Catholic, so I believe in God and everything. But the biggest thing for me is I remember signing up for the doctor and they were full on base. I had to go to an off-base provider, so I went to LSU. Signed up for the doctor. One of the questions were so what is your religion? I was
religion?
Is this related to my health?
They asked for that?
And I believe in God. I'm but I'm a little bit more open. So that was a hard thing I dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
And not going to lie, until I moved is when I saw how people use religion as a way of racism.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband's African American, so I resented it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Things got better.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that was really difficult for me because coming from Europe, we're very open.
Mm-hmm.
And there, in the US, a lot of people are very open too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not.
Yeah.
But it was just getting used to every conversation's what church do you go to?
Interesting.
And I'm like, well, I haven't signed up for a church
Were
yet.
you like in the Bible Belt? Because there's the Bible Belt is like just a bunch of states like towards like the middle of the US that just focus that are super super religious. What state?
I feel like Louisiana.
Louisiana?
I feel like Louisiana.
Because the Bible Belt is crazy, girl. There's sundown states. They're just like super racist sometimes.
Yeah, I've heard.
Let's see.
Which is super scary.
It is super scary.
But it wasn't terrible. It was more so adjusting to that. You know?
Yeah. Well, let me see.
And I'm not bashing any religion or anything like that. I mean, I'm Catholic myself. I go to church sometimes. I did find a church down here that I love.
It's in the Bible Belt.
It is.
Mm-hmm. No wonder.
But it was just a lot because I wasn't used to like being asked all these questions. I mean, I feel like your religion is something very personal to you.
It is very personal.
And here it's like a topic that you have to speak about. And it's like I practice being Catholic in my own way.
Right.
Like not fully. I mean, I obviously had sex before marriage, so if you're a true Catholic, you're going to hell. But that was just a really hard thing that I adjusted with, but
and it's your experience too. Every single experience is different, and that's something that you went through personally, especially after coming from Europe where it's so different, and so the culture shock is real.
Yeah, I mean, major culture shock. I ended up loving it there though. I did make some really good friends. Not military spouses actually. I remember going to a bar and people don't really dress up, but I always dress up, and Dominic would always be like, "You're so overdressed." I'm like, well, it's who I am.
Exactly.
Now I don't dress up. I'm pregnant, okay? But I remember going to a bar and there was these 3 girls and I was like, they're dressed so cute. I wish I was friends with them.
Aww.
Dominic was so drunk. He went up to them and they were like, can you be friends with my fiance at the time we weren't married? She's moving here next year and she has no friends. And that's how I got introduced to my friend Michelle. She's originally from Antigua in the Caribbean, and she was like a doctor at LSU.
Oh, wow.
And we became best friends. And yeah, it was so nice having and through her I met other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ended up really liking Shreveport, and nowadays I miss it sometimes. Like the traffic isn't as crazy as San Antonio.
Yeah, no, San Antonio.
And people were really nice in Shreveport. Like what they say about Southern hospitality is
real.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Like I go to Costco these days, and I don't know if this is a Texas thing. People are not nice to me. Okay, I'm a bit slow.
I got you pregnant. They're probably like, move over, lady.
People get annoyed at me, and I tried to pick up these waters the other day because Dominic couldn't go with me, and nobody offered to help. What is that about? In Louisiana, people would help me.
They're probably like, move over, lady. And they push you down.
People try to bump into me. I'm like, I hate going to the grocery store, but... and then people drive crazy.
Yeah. No, it's so funny because literally everybody talks about how crazy it is, driving here in San Antonio.
It is.
And I'm over here like, what? What do you mean? It's normal driving here. I'm one of the crazy ones.
You're one of the crazy ones. I got beeped at the other day because I was trying to merge into this busy lane. This guy was beeping at me with cars oncoming. What, am I supposed to crash?
No, you're supposed to literally fly over every car.
I was just like, I hate driving.
No, that is so freaking funny. So technically, moving over here was definitely a culture shock for you, and you just had to adjust. And how long did it take for you to fully adjust?
I'd say maybe a year and a half.
A year and a half?
Yeah. It got better after a year and a half. I also became more I think the job thing with me, that's the bit I struggled the most, because my first job that I found over here, I couldn't find any fashion remote jobs at all. And then I got a job at Peloton.
Nice.
In sales. But it was selling to the consumer. It's starting from the bottom. And I really struggled with that.
Yeah, especially since you moved all the way up in coach.
And I remember I got a job there as a seasonal. So it was a 3-month contract.
Mm-hmm.
And they called me and they told me the pay. And I remember getting off the phone and be like, yeah, absolutely, I'll get back to you and confirm, like, if I want to accept this, because it was also fully remote, so it was convenient.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only 3 months, and I remember Dominic getting home, and I told him, hey, they offered me the position, it's a 3-month position, but I haven't found anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, that's good, and I was like, this is the pay, and I cried, and I was just like, I just feel like I've worked so hard my entire life, and now I'm going to accept something because it's the only thing that I can find right now, and it's like not where I saw myself.
Yeah.
And being a military spouse, and I do not regret leaving the UK or leaving my career. Like, I've been so happy, like, with Dominic and building our life here.
Yeah.
But it was an adjustment, like, mentally, like, processing that.
You gave up so much.
Yeah, and I think every military spouse gives up so much. It's not just foreign military spouses. I think, like, you came from Florida?
Yeah, Florida, and then it was Florida. So originally I'm from Puerto Rico. My whole family's from Puerto Rico. I was born and partially raised there, and then we moved to Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
And so I lived my whole teenage years and adulthood in Florida. I have my best friends are in Florida. Like most of my best friends are in Florida, and my family's in Florida. My sisters, nephews, everyone's there. And so, like, when he came back from Bahrain, we literally moved across the country. So that was my first experience being by myself. And it was in the most isolating place in the United States.
It's always the first move. It's always somewhere, like, super, like...
Dude, we went to Whidbey Island. And
Where is that?
Whidbey Island is an island 2 hours north from Seattle, Washington State. And it's like 45 minutes away from the Canadian border. So, like,
you're on an island.
Yeah, we were literally from point A to point, like, C from the island. It took 45 minutes. 45 minutes from the north end to the south end of the island. 45 minutes. Beautiful, beautiful place. It's the most gorgeous place I've ever seen. Have you ever seen Twilight?
Yes.
That one. So it literally looks like that. It gives me Twilight Hoa Hoa season. Like, it's gorgeous. The weather always cold. The summers are about 75 degrees. Nice. It's literally perfect. But at that time, there's literally one of everything. So, like, there's really nothing to do over there but hike. And, like...
Yeah, you can only hike so much.
Exactly. You can only hike so much. You can only hike so much. You can only go to, like, the mom and pop restaurant across the street so much.
Like, what are we going to do for anniversary? You know where to go.
Exactly. And so finding friends was, like, the hardest thing to do. I met a friend, like, my first year there, named Celeste. She's the sweetest girl, and her sister, she was also a military spouse at that point. Her sister moved with her, and so I had these two girls that I had, thankfully I had met, like, my first year there, but then obviously, like, they had to move, and they moved back home, and so I was alone again after, I think, like, 6 months after I met them. So I was alone again, and I really didn't find my tribe until the last year.
It's always the case. Like,
it's always
you're getting ready, like, you finally found your friends. It's like, hey, you got PCS orders to this place.
Literally. It's always either the last year or the last 6 months that you finally have that really good group of girls or people around you that are a great support system, and then you just leave. I talked about this in the second episode of Base Buddies, but it's always the last 6 months, and then you move, and then you find, and, like, the people that are supposed to be there, they're moving, so it's like this circle of, like, always leaving everyone behind.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I didn't really find my people until, like, 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, 6 months left of us, leaving. And yeah, they're still really good friends till this day. And
that's good, though.
Yeah, they are. They're amazing. I'm really picky with my friends. Like, when
that's totally okay.
I'm really. You're the most interesting person I've met. I'm just kidding.
I think you're the most interesting person I've met in Texas so far.
Thank you. No, but seriously, like, it's just such a culture shock. I feel like every military spouse gives up so much. Like former military spouses, girlfriends, most of the time, fiancés, spouses. We just give up a lot, but we don't regret it, right? Because we are doing it. We're giving it up, for the person that we love,
100%. And I think, like, I don't regret anything that I've given up at all. I look back on my experiences. Even when I first moved to Shreveport, I look back and I'm like, that was a bit dramatic. But it's such a learning curve, and also it builds up your relationship because you go through these changes all the time and you grow together, not just individually. And you just learn so much. But yeah, I really think military spouses need a lot more grace than we do get. Unfortunately.
I know. I think that like a lot of people think that we just know. There's this like stereotype comment that a lot of people just assume that we know what we're getting ourselves into. Yes, on paper, we know that we get to move around, we know this and we know that, but once we experience it, that's a whole different monster, right?
Yeah,
it's simple, it's not easy.
Yeah, and also you don't choose who you love.
Exactly.
Like, exactly. Do you choose who you love? Like, exactly. And if you do, like, are you with them for the right reasons?
Exactly.
But yeah, 100% agree with that. But overall, it's been a learning curve. I've grown so much as a person. I think I'm better than I was before when I was in the UK. Like, I'm more mature. I've had life experiences. But yeah, it was a big culture shock, but it's okay. I've learned so much along the way, and me and Dom are really good right now, and I'm really happy, and I wouldn't change anything.
Absolutely.
I'm mentally preparing myself for having a kid.
A baby.
And Dominic being deployed. That's the next thing that I think is going to be really hard.
He's getting deployed?
No, like, I just presume wherever, either here or the next base, the first thing is he's going to get deployed and we have a toddler. I'm very blessed that I'm having a baby and he is here because not everyone has that privilege.
Absolutely.
But I think the next big struggle I will encounter is having a baby and not having family. Or like, someone to call being like, hey, I want to go do this. Can you look after the baby? Having your parents, in my case, just my mum because I don't have a relationship with my dad, but having your mum to call, like, hey, can you come over? I'm having a hard time, like, because you're solely really on your own as a military spouse, like, unless you have your family in the city you're stationed in, having kids is just, like, I have a lot of anxiety for next year, like, putting a newborn in nursery, because we physically, like, we have a mortgage to pay, and I've always been that person that, out of choice, I don't want to rely just on Dominic to pay the bills. I like to have my own independence. I like to shop. I want to go home next year,
Yeah.
And so we physically cannot afford for me not to work, and also I don't want to not work.
Right.
And the thought of putting a newborn in a nursery has a lot of anxiety. Gives me a lot of anxiety, sorry.
Yeah, because you don't really like.
Also, the waiting lists, because the nursery I would feel comfortable putting my baby in is on base. The waiting list is like a year long. Like, we put the baby, I think Dominic put the baby on the waiting list, not even born yet, like a couple months ago. And they're like, it's an 8-month wait. And I was like, that's better than they told me initially.
Right.
But it's like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah,
imagine if you're just PCSing here and you need to put your child in nursery and there's no space for you. Obviously, they prioritize if both parents are military, which I understand.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't have a choice but to be a stay-at-home parent, which I really want to work. So we'll see where life takes me. But that's something that I'm mentally preparing to navigate as my next challenge of being a military spouse.
Absolutely. Like you said, a lot of us don't necessarily have the opportunity to choose whether or not to work. Some of us are kind of forced to be stay-at-home parents.
Because it's also cheaper
cheaper to be a stay-at-home parent. You take care of your kids, and then what? Like after they go to school, then you get to navigate your own life. But at the same time, if you choose to work, then you have to, most of us essentially have to work to pay for daycare, which daycare within itself is crazy expensive.
It's crazy expensive, yeah.
I have a friend who she has like a daycare, essentially like a in-home daycare, which is a lot less expensive than like a facility. And she says that it's around like $250 a week. Like, and she said that that's on the cheaper side. My sister, she says that she pays for daycare, and it's like $380 a week over there in Florida.
I've had people that pay like $800 a week. I'm like, how do you afford that? Yeah, it's crazy. Especially like the facilities that have like the cameras that you can always access, because as a new parent, you're going to be like, is my baby safe? Also, a newborn baby can get sick so easily, and being around other kids, it's so much easier getting sick. So it's like, it's just so much around it. But I really feel for military spouses, and I'm going to be one soon that's going to be a parent, and we don't know what we're going to do. Like, if there's no space on base, will I just, like,
stay home?
I do have my own small business that I make some money from.
Yeah.
But it's not, like, a substantial amount.
Right.
And it's, like, it's hard because I've always been so career-driven.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
What's your small business?
Yeah, so when I first moved to the States...
Yeah.
I met this girl in Mexico because, long story short, in 2020, you couldn't fly from Europe when COVID was happening directly to the US unless you were a US citizen. So I went to Mexico for like 18 days, quarantined, and then would get into the US, which was great because I did it all inclusive and just drank tequila all the time. Met people. I was really scared to do it my first time, first solo trip.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I love this. People are really nice.
Yeah.
But I met this girl, which turned to be a good friend. She's a therapist in California. And
how are you always meeting these cool people?
I'm like a very big people person, so I just talk to a lot of people and just meet
they just so happen to be like the most interesting people.
She is a very interesting person. She's like Filipino, and she's just like studied to be a therapist, worked at LA County or Long Beach County, and then opened her own practice and is killing it with a practice full of women of color. Smashing
amazing.
it. But she, at the time, I would talk to her. She came to my wedding and everything, and I'd be like, I'm going crazy not working. Like, what the heck am I gonna do?
Right.
And she's like, I actually need help with my social media.
So you're a social media manager?
So I do content for some therapists. So through her, I met other therapists. So for one therapist, I do their admin, and then for a couple more, so I have like 4 clients.
Yeah.
I charge by the hour, and I like create like Instagram posts. Nothing like crazy, because I'm not like a crazy like video editor.
Yeah.
But I create content for them to post on their social media. Yeah,
essentially. That's dope. Yeah. What the heck? How much do you charge?
I just increased my rate. $35 an hour.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. I always feel so guilty, but
Why?
I was talking to my therapist, and she's like, people increase their rates all the time, Micaela. Like, you know your worth. And I'm like, I'm just like, I like the clients that I have, and I don't want to lose them about me like increasing my rate.
Yeah. And how many hours do you work?
Not much, a couple hours a week.
Oh, okay. I
think maybe 5 hours. I'll do it on the side.
Yeah.
So obviously right now I'm doing a temp job. That's really long hours. It's like 11-hour days, 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And then I do that on top of it when I get time.
Yeah.
But it's some income coming in.
Yeah, of course. That's the passive income.
Passive income, yeah.
That's dope. No, dude. I feel you on this. Obviously, like, I work full time. For anybody who doesn't know, I actually work. I have a full time, and then I also do this obviously on the side, because this is my own passion project. So I totally feel you, like feeling overwhelmed.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But
It's a
if
lot.
you like doing something, you find the time for it. Like, I'm trying to get into
Absolutely.
TikTok right now. Everyone's like, don't give up. It might happen. I'm
Girl,
like,
me
okay,
too.
won't give up. So every night before bed, I'm like editing. And I'm not the best editor, but I'll edit. And I've made it work, and it's like my passion. I enjoy doing it and connecting with other military spouses or mums to be.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
It's been super fun. Yeah, that's why I created the space, because I want us to connect based on how much we relate to each other's stories, right?
100%.
I feel like the military spouse world is very isolated within itself, and I feel
100%.
like most of us feel alone. I know that there's other military spouses out there that can relate to us, but most of us are quite shy in a sense, or not even shy, but more of so just like are afraid to reach out. And so if this podcast can help, or maybe even just make other military spouses not feel so alone.
100%.
Right. You just have me on the background, girl. Just have me on the background. Just like while you're cleaning or something like that, I'm your friend. We're all your friends here. And just listening to different military spouse stories and like different experiences and everything along those lines. Like somebody else has experienced the same thing as you.
1,000%.
Exactly. And just listening to that just makes us feel not so alone in this world. Right?
Yeah, I think it's really easy to fall into that bubble where you are so isolated, like I was that first year in Shreveport. And I've really learned, like, going on platforms like YouTube, like TikTok, and like talking with other military spouses. I've learned so much from other people. Like, I've learned from you. I've learned from like people like random people I speak on social media, and everyone is so nice and willing to help. And I think that's what we need to get out, is that we are a little community, and yes, we may be all over the place, but essentially we all want to help each other from our experiences.
Absolutely. Exactly. Now, shifting gears a little bit, before we wrap this up, I want to go ahead and just ask you some crazy questions. What do you wish that Americans knew about the UK a little bit more?
It doesn't rain every day, okay? That's the biggest question I get. It's like, oh my God, it's always raining there. I'm like, we do have nice weather. And also, people can be assholes, but a lot of people are really nice and welcoming. I'm one of them, I think.
That's awesome. What's your favorite snack?
American snack or just general?
Both.
My favorite snack of all time is, you guys call it chips, I call it crisps.
Yeah.
But America does not have good crisps.
No?
No, sorry.
What do you mean?
I just can't find some good chips like they have in the UK.
What
Apart
kind
from
of
hot
chips?
Cheetos, that's the exception.
What kind of chips do they have in the UK?
They have just different flavors. Like even the salt and vinegar is like just next level. Like they have, I don't know how to explain quavers. I don't know how to explain quavers. It's like a cheese puff type thing. I would say that was my favorite.
Really?
So my mom's coming over in like a month, and I'm like, pack your suitcase with. Every time I go to the UK, I take 2 suitcases. One with clothes, one with food.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's me when I go to PR or when I go to Florida.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, in Puerto Rico, when we went earlier this year, we went on our honeymoon. We did like a cruise, and we stopped in Puerto Rico, and I had bacalaulitos.
Bacalaitos.
Oh,
amazing.
They're so good.
Amazing. So for anybody that doesn't know, bacalaito is basically like a street food in Puerto Rico, and it's like fried fish, but it's a specific fish. I can't think of the name right now. It's kind of like a codfish, but it's made so specifically, and you literally just batter it, fry it, and just like give it out. It's
a snack.
It's a street food basically.
Maybe that's my favorite snack.
I love bacalaitos.
Me too.
So good.
If you have a recipe, let me know.
I'll let you know. So what's your favorite comfort meal? Okay, so background on this question. I was deep in like UK TikTok.
Okay.
Because I was watching like all of their foods. And it would look really good. So I was like watching all of it. What's your favorite comfort meal?
So it's not British, it's Portuguese.
Really?
Yeah. It's my mum's Portuguese roast.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yummy.
It's like a similar to a pot roast, but different. I don't know how to explain it. But in the UK, I will say UK food, like actual British food, isn't the best. But what I love about the UK is the diversity of food we have.
Yeah.
Like we have like curry, we have Caribbean food, we have
Yeah.
like Middle Eastern. There's like so much variety.
Yeah.
And it's also good.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong with a good fish and chips.
That's true. I saw a lot of takeout videos on TikTok.
Oh,
the Chinese, what is it?
Chinese takeout.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chinese takeout. And then also, I saw, obviously like the Heinz beans and toast.
baked beans on toast.
Low-key,
I eat
like
those
a
here.
lot of people say that it looks horrible and
It's so good.
but like I'm interested.
Have you tried?
No.
I'll make it for you. I
Really?
can find in World Market they sell baked beans.
I want to try like the Heinz ones.
Yes.
But I want to try like a jacket potato with them. Like like
really
a potato with but so everybody on TikTok, like every single time that I see those videos, I'm like, okay, yeah, this doesn't look too bad. Like I would have this.
No,
and
good.
Everybody like on the comments they're like, oh heck no.
Really?
This looks horrible. Americans, this looks horrible.
Yeah.
And I was
Dominic is like, no. And I'm like, just give things a try.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I would try it. Like I'm not picky at all. I try everything.
I'm a big baked bean fan.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever I can find them in World Market or like sometimes HEB too, but kind of expensive, a can of baked beans, I will just make beans on toast.
Is it like the Heinz one? I haven't seen them. You know, one
it's
time
in the international section in HEB.
One time I went to HEB and I was like, grocery shopping. And I went to see if like the Heinz beans was there because like I just wanted to get it because I wanted to try it. I wanted to try a jagged potato, right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it and I was kind of disappointed. I was like, what the
hell? Yeah, no, they definitely have it. I'll get it for you next time I see them. Probably World Market is your best bet.
I told Dominic about it. I was like, oh my God, look at this. And he was like, oh, hell no, what is that?
Yeah, Dom refuses. Even though he eats the beans over here, like barbecue beans.
Oh my God, yeah. No, because like I think my Dominic is so American. Like he's black and Puerto Rican.
But he's half Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, he's black and Puerto Rican. So he was raised on his Puerto Rican side. So he knows like all about like arroz con gandules, pernil. Like he knows about all of our Puerto Rican foods. But obviously he associates more with his African American side. And so he's like all American, like burgers, hot dogs, like barbecue.
That's another thing I struggled with moving over here. I never looked at the ingredients of things that I would eat in the UK versus over here. I gained like so much weight because the food is so bad over here.
It's so bad. Dude, I've heard about people going overseas and like eating like crap overseas and losing weight.
It's true.
And losing weight.
This is the biggest I've ever been in my life. And
you're pregnant.
I am pregnant.
You're pregnant. It makes sense.
Before I got pregnant, that first year I gained so much weight.
Oh my gosh.
Because I didn't think like a special case cereal
had like 450 calories per bite.
So different to the same product in the UK because we ban a lot of unhealthy products and dyes that y'all have in food. I really wish they did a better job of the food and the ingredients that go into food.
I agree.
Especially with healthcare not being free in America for people.
Yep.
I think it would make a big difference. Corporations.
No,
that's another
literally.
topic.
No, yeah. No, healthcare is a really big thing here in the US that's not free, that it should be free. What's one piece of advice you'd give to other spouses that are moving to like from another country specifically for love, besides the visa advice that you gave?
I would just say be really open-minded, and if you go to a location that isn't exactly somewhere you wanted to go or a big city, it's like a small base in the middle of nowhere, it's what you make of it. And even though you don't have friends immediately, they will come with time. And just lean on each other. And don't be dramatic like me that like had little fights and would throw it in my husband's face. Just like pause because you made this choice yourself first and foremost. And it will all work out. Like everything happens for a reason. And in the long run, you'll look back on that moment like I do now. And you're like, shit, I shouldn't have done that. But you'll look back on those moments and you grow together so much. But yeah, just be really open-minded and lean on each other. And just, like, don't be so negative.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, like, move somewhere super small and be like, oh, I'm in this small, like, what am I going to do? Like, you'll find something to do. And if you don't, find a hobby that will keep you busy. Like, and also, really sorry to tell this is maybe not advice, but don't be waiting for your friends to come see you and visit. I got disappointed a few times thinking my friends from overseas would come. They never came. And don't put pressure on yourself for every PTO that you have that you need to go home. Make sure to travel and have experiences for yourself, not just going home. I hope that's good advice.
No, that's amazing advice. I think that, like, also touching on the don't wait for your friends to come, it's more of so...
Friends and family.
Exactly. Don't wait for your friends or family to come. You create your own friends and family in the places that you are. And like you said, lean on each other. And, like, friends just come with time, you know?
They come with time.
They come with time. And also... But get out there. I know that, like,
100%.
Like, get out there. I know that some of us can be introverted and some of us have, like, social anxiety or have a hard time just, like, talking to people in general. But I've met the most interesting people by just looking at them and being like, you're my friend now. And I just go talk to them and be like, hi, like, just introduce yourself and just, like, have a common conversation. You know what I mean?
100%. And, like, you can find us if you have questions, like, on social media.
Absolutely.
Like, message us. We're, like, both pretty open. Sorry, I'm talking for you.
Oh, yeah.
I can be bossy.
I was like, yeah, where can they find you?
And also, not going off topic, but really, like, try to embrace where you are and, like, travel, experience that. It may be a small town, but is it an hour away from, like, this cool place where you could take a hike with your partner? Don't just live at home and make that your personality.
Yeah,
and
find
you're
book
a
clubs.
Stay-at-home person. Like, you can do little things and find joy in these small things that don't even cost money. Like, go to a park for a walk with your dog. Like, you'll just get out there.
And if you have a cat, walk your cat.
People do walk their cats. So
go on a stroller with a little cat.
Yeah. I've seen a cat on a leash in London.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, just get out there, you know, find support in ways that you need support. Like, if you love reading, find a book club. If you like running, find a run club. If you, like, find things outside of your spouse and outside of your home to fill that void of those that you have left behind.
Don't make your spouse your whole personality. I think that's so easy to fall into when you're a military spouse.
Yeah.
It's like, you live somewhere where you don't have friends and your spouse is literally the only person you see maybe that day. But it doesn't need to be that. Like, you can go on a walk, and one thing about America that's really great is, like, at least down here in the South, maybe New York is different. But you can be on a walk and be like, good morning. Like, and people say good morning back to you, like, you know, but yeah, just put yourself out there. Like, no one's gonna be mean.
And if they are, they're just miserable.
They're one-offs.
They're just ignore them.
And also don't stop fighting for your dreams.
Oh,
I think that's the big one, because we give up a lot as military spouses, but
I agree.
Look at me, I started my own business. I never thought I'd have my own business. You know, I'm 30. God, how old am I? I'm 34. I'm old. But I'm doing TikTok, and
girl,
started doing it last year, gave up because I thought, oh, my friends are gonna laugh at me.
Who cares?
Who cares? Like,
who cares?
You brought out a podcast, like,
literally. Who cares?
What makes your heart, like, shine?
Exactly.
And make you feel good. Like, don't give up on your dreams. And being a military spouse is not forever.
No, it's not forever. It's not. One of the biggest advices that I've taken was actually from a TikTok creator. I can't remember her name, but it's from a TikTok creator. She literally said that one of the biggest things for you to essentially start on like social media or any content creation, one of the biggest hurdles that you have to get over is to get over yourself.
Yeah.
Because
it's true, though.
Nobody has ever died of embarrassment. Like, and who cares? Just do what makes you happy, right?
100%.
Because the people over here, there's probably people out there with so much talent and so much like that have such a creative mind that have that hurdle of like, oh my God, people are just gonna laugh at me, they're gonna bully me, they're probably gonna do this and this and that. And we as consumers are missing out on that talent because they're afraid.
Yeah.
And so one of the biggest things is get over yourself. Nobody has ever died of embarrassment. No one. And who cares what other people think? If they think that what you're creating is, crap, then that's their opinion. But there's somebody out there that would really enjoy your content and enjoy you as a person. So why not? Just do it.
100% agree. And if, your close friends and family, like, they do make these comments towards you, maybe they're not the best.
Yeah, they're not supportive
to be around you. I mean, life is short, like, for you to be in this bubble.
Exactly.
So get out there.
Do it.
And I've had people message me on social media and be like, thank you for sharing that. That really touched my heart. And that comment alone, like, I don't have that many followers. I have like 600 something.
Yeah, same.
That made my life.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I impacted someone. Like, it doesn't matter if you have one follower, like 1 million.
I know.
Like, just do, if you're enjoying doing something, just do it and don't be afraid or ashamed. And that goes with careers. If you had an amazing career and then start doing something different, but you actually quite enjoy it. Like right now, I'm really enjoying doing this customer service role, which is very junior compared to what I did before. But who cares? I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So just embrace it. And
exactly.
Just do what makes you happy.
Just do what makes you happy, because this life is too short to live it in misery. Short. Like, just do it. Just do it.
I love that.
Yeah, just do it. But yeah, that's basically, thank you so much, Micaela, for coming on the podcast and sharing your story. Like I stated before, you're the one of the most interesting people I've ever met.
You don't know the other stories.
No, literally. We'll share that. We'll talk about it after the podcast. But thank you so much for coming on. And where can people find you on social media?
So you can find me on TikTok, Micaela_young at 91.
And what's your content?
Just like
day in a life.
Boring life.
It's not boring. Day in a life of a military spouse, especially one that's expecting.
First time mum. I did talk about some things about being a foreign military spouse in the early days. I need to get back into it. Right now, a lot of like new mum content and like what I do. Being unemployed, then being employed. And then just silly stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you can find me on Instagram as well, Micaela XX Solange.
Yeah, just a crazy life of a military spouse.
Yeah. She just kicked, so she liked that.
Yay! But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and stay tuned for the next episode of Base Buddies. Thank you guys. Bye.